My name is Faina Shtern. I am grateful to Dennis Steele for the opportunity to present this prostate cancer awareness event. AdMeTech Foundation is a nonprofit organization leading regional, national, and global programs in prostate cancer education, research, public awareness, advocacy, and clinical care equity. Dr. Sean Weiser described recent advances in patient care. The main topic of my presentation is our prostate cancer equity program and its mission to bring these cutting-edge advances in screening, diagnosis, and treatment to Massachusetts men and eliminate health disparities. Prostate cancer equity program is an integral part of the AdMeTech's ongoing statewide program in prostate cancer that created a Massachusetts model of national leadership in public awareness, medical education and research, and health equity. Our primary focus is on high-risk men, Black, Hispanic, and Latino individuals, and all men with family history of prostate cancer and increasing age, 50 and older. This program was initiated since 2013 in collaboration with multiple organizations and has 4 components: public awareness, community education, prostate cancer equity and clinical care, medical education, and research. Our public awareness campaign, community education and outreach, is focused on the most vulnerable and underserved individuals. Since January 2023, we reached over 15,000 underprivileged individuals. This is a 50% increase compared to what we reported last year. Since 2019, our public awareness and education program reached over 52,000 people. For public awareness and education, our messaging is centered on the importance of screening and early detection critical for saving lives. Early detection is particularly important for Black, including Hispanic men, who are 2.5 times more likely to die compared to white men. With early detection of prostate cancer, every man is alive in 5 years. In sharp contrast, with late diagnosis, when cancer is spread to other organs, only 28% of men remain alive at the same time. The center of our medical education is AdMeTech's annual Global Summit on Precision Diagnosis and Treatment of Prostate Cancer. The latest 7th annual conference took place in September last year. Our summit has been recognized as a seminal event in shaping the state-of-the-art and future vision for patient care. Our summit brings together the key international experts representing every clinical expertise to review the best emerging clinical practices and research priorities. Last September, we had over 300 physicians participating during this event. After the event, our media partners published over 60 scientific presentations and reached over 35,000 physicians across the globe. It's difficult to find any corner of the world that has not been reached by this event. Our summit showed that equal access to high-quality care is the key factor in improving patient outcomes for all men and eliminating health disparities in Black men. It is particularly important now, with so many novel diagnostics and therapeutic approaches ensuring high-quality, personalized, precision patient care. Without equal access to these advances in patient care, we will see a widening gap in health inequalities, including survival and mortality. Consequently, AdMeTech launched the Prostate Cancer Equity Program in Massachusetts in collaboration with Mass General Brigham, UMass, and other clinical institutions, with the mission to save lives and deliver high-quality care to all. Supporting organizations include Latino Health Insurance Program and multiple NACP branches located across the state. Any Massachusetts man age 40 and older can participate. Our priority focus is on Black, Hispanic, and Latino men who are at higher risk of prostate cancer, delayed diagnosis, poor quality care, and death. Our goal is to expedite access to leading experts who use the most advanced approaches to screening, diagnosis, and treatment available today, and to support men every step of their medical journey. This program helps men to find an expert for the initial or a second opinion, in-person or virtual visits. We strongly believe that our prostate cancer equity program, integrated with our large-scale public awareness campaign, has been placing Massachusetts in a strong position to become the first state in our country to eliminate health disparities. Experts of the Prostate Cancer Equity Program can address any questions about prostate health, from assessing an individual healthy man's personal risk of cancer, to informing men about all available options before and after screening, biopsies, and treatment. We are committed to supporting men during every step of their medical journey to ensure that no man is left behind or struggling alone. To achieve this goal, we created a streamlined VIP-style process of patient referral and care, reflecting how doctors involved in this program take care of their families and friends. This process consists of three components. One, AdMeTech Foundation's team members collect basic information and match individual patients' needs with the appropriate state's experts for clinical care. Two, a clinical organization designates a patient navigator to expedite a medical visit and related needs, including scheduling, registration, transportation, any insurance, and financial assistance if needed. Three, if an expert recommends any next steps, AdMeTech's team and patient navigator work with men on the appropriate follow-up, such as testing or treatment. I'd like to share with you a few recent examples of how Prostate Cancer Equity Program has been making a difference. This is a case of a Black man with a history of prostate cancer who is currently being treated. On May 15, his doctor informed him that his scheduled treatment could not be provided due to problems with the insurance coverage. He got upset and shared his situation with Representative Bud Williams, and a leader of the Men of Color Health Awareness Program, MOCA, our community partner in Springfield, who referred him to us. On the late afternoon of May 26, right before the Memorial Weekend, he contacted us and appealed for help. Our primary goal was to restore his treatment as soon as possible, and we immediately reached out to Dr. Mitchell Sokolov and his team at UMass and secured their support. On May 30th, right after Memorial Day, UMass Urology provided guidance to this man how to address his insurance. By Friday the same week, on June 2nd, the insurance issue has been resolved, and the appointment with Dr. Sokolov was scheduled at the earliest opportunity in early July to resume his treatment. The following Monday, on June 5, a MOCA leader heard about what happened and asked for a second opinion for his own urologic health issue, and received an appointment with a leading urologic expert within a few days of his request. This is a story of a Black man in his mid-50s who was referred to us in mid-May by Cambridge NASCP. This man was recently diagnosed with prostate cancer. He got alarmed when his urologist informed him that the best care will not be available to him due to his limited insurance. We connected him right away with the patient navigator at the Mass General Brigham, She obtained a referral from his primary care physician and secured approval from his insurance. 3 weeks later, by June 6, this man saw Dr. Adam Feldman, a leading clinical expert and one of our featured physicians. Dr. Feldman described various treatment options, but recommended curative surgery, which was performed in mid-August. We asked a few men to share how prostate cancer equity program has been making a difference for them. The first video was provided by Jose Javier of Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Hello everyone, my name is Jose Javier. First, let me begin by thanking Dr. Shtern for inviting me here today and being part of this. I'm excited to share with you and grateful to be able to share with you for a few minutes a little bit about my story and my experience with AdMeTech in the organization. I met Dr. Shtern around the fall of 2015. I heard about her from a friend of mine at church, Victor McCain, which I'm grateful for because he was going through the same thing and he was able to share at church, and I heard his testimony, and I was able to approach him after the service and we had a great conversation. I was very shy about this subject. I too had a very high count of my PSA exam and had to go in for a biopsy. And I learned from Victor McCain the difference between an MRI biopsy, a guided biopsy, and also what is referred to as a blind biopsy. And those made a difference in my life. And I was able to meet Dr. Shtern through this process. And I was able to go and get a MRI guided biopsy at the NIH and so forth. And it was a fantastic experience for me. So for me, part of the takeaway when it comes to this is really to be aware. Be aware, learn about the processes, learn what's available out there, what programs are available for you, what are the best tools to do the job. A very important thing is to share it. That's what I learned from my friend Victor, is to share it at church, share it with other people so they can learn as well. And because in our community, especially in the Black American community and the Latino community, it's a subject that is not often spoke about. When we talk about our private parts and speaking about the prostate, it's not always a conversation that is too welcoming in our community. So I would encourage people to share it, to learn. And as Governor Baker always says, get tested. You know, it's easy to get tested. Ask your doctor for a test and be aware and that there are solutions out there. We have great referrals, we have great doctors, and contact the leadership, the people at AdMeTech, and they're able to guide you in the right direction. Thank you. Please allow me to say a few words in Spanish. Para nuestra comunidad en español, este tema de cáncer en la próstata es un tema súper serio, muy serio, y es un tema que nos impacta a nuestra comunidad significantemente. Yo le quería decir a ustedes que, por favor, hablen con su médico si sienten algún síntoma, si están teniendo problemas orinando, cualquier irregularidades. Hablen con su médico, no tengan miedo de conversar con su médico. Hablen con personas que tienen experiencias similares y eso le puede salvar su vida. Lo más importante es hacerse un examen PSA. Por favor, estudienlo bien y aprendan más. Gracias.
The second video features Ronald Roberts, who was referred to us by Martha's Vineyard NAACP.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. My name is Ronald Roberts, and I'm just so glad to be included in this presentation. I have known about AdMeTech, and I met Dr. Shtern years ago, and I would have never thought that I would be needing them so much last August when I was diagnosed on July 4th with prostate cancer that had spread to about 3 organs and lymph nodes, and I was in really bad shape. I ended up talking to Dr. Shtern later on, and she directed me in the right direction. I ended up at Dana-Farber and jumping around to Brigham and Women's. I consider myself fortunate to live in Massachusetts, where the medical help is available if you know where to go. It really paid off for me. I'm doing pretty well after going through the MRIs and using the advanced equipment was provided to me. But through the direction of AdMeTech, I got to the right places. It takes a lot of willpower and positive thinking to do and go through what I did. I ended up driving over 3,600 miles, and that was after I had a driver that used to take me when I was weak. When you add the radiation, chemo in, 34 more appointments, it comes out to a lot of appointments, and I made every one. It was nice to know there was always somebody in the background that could help out if I had, I needed an opinion, and that was AdMeTech. And to bring people like myself that are patients, been exposed to the cancer, and survivors and people from the medical field and politicians, it's something that's badly needed for the minority community. We have the knowledge there. Things have changed a lot in terms of prostate cancer for the better. I'm taking a drug that's only 3 years old that has excellent results, but you got to know where it is and you got to be guided in the right direction. It's kind of frustrating that there's so many people out there that do have it and are not getting the help or not getting the proper help. I had put it off for years. I knew back in 2010 when I had Lyme disease, relapsing polychondritis, and babesiosis, and I forgot what else, all at the same time. I tried to treat the cancer back then with chemo, and it just got worse, so I just put it on the back burner. And I didn't even feel anything up until the few months before I was diagnosed, and that was I couldn't hold food down too well. Fortunately, a lot has changed since 2010-11 when I was treated. There's a lot out there, a lot of new advanced machinery that can help with MRIs and radiation. We're fortunate in Massachusetts to have it available, and especially the Boston area. Without AdMeTech to guide you and be a resource, it's just so crucial if you need it, because sometimes you got to make a decision as to what the treatment is, and everybody's different. The reason I waited so long is trust, and that's a big thing. I have met other patients that have had mistakes or things didn't go right, and finally they got the right help, and waiting and insurance problems. And that's something that could be avoided or hopefully streamlined. And that's what AdMeTech is there for, if you catch it early. And it is so important to get tested early and continue the testing. The primary doctors should know more about AdMeTech. And one other thing, with the testing that I did do and all that I went through, what helped me, if nothing else but mentally, was getting a DNA test. My father had passed from prostate cancer at about age 84, so I always thought it was hereditary, and through the DNA testing I found it wasn't, but I do have the gene that causes colon cancer. And around December I got a notice from I think it was Dana-Farber that that gene could possibly cause prostate cancer. And DNA testing also helps for alternative treatments. So it's good to do, and it helps my nephew and all know that they got to get tested and what to look for. The good thing about all this is there's a lot of research and things are changing fast. So even if you are sick, if you can hold in there, there's more on the way that could possibly help. Once again, what I did this past year, I couldn't do back in 2011. It wasn't available. And the idea of research and studies, and you do get a lot of notices for that. Probably scares people too, because we think back to the Tuskegee study. I'm probably going to benefit from one of the studies they're going to do on me, and that is exercise in relation to the hormone therapy, the heart. So I'm looking forward to that in June. It's quite a study, quite a bit of exercise. I'm going to end it there.
Emma Couillard serves as a manager of the Prostate Cancer Equity Program. Emma is assisted by Erin Roberts, Program Coordinator, Brett McClay, a patient educator, and other members of the AdMeTech Foundation's team. When you come to us, Emma will work with you, our team, Mass General, Brigham, UMass, and other clinical partners to expedite medical visits and address any needs you may have. Our team may not be able to right every social wrong that cannot be resolved by federal or state government, or provide perfect solutions for every man. And yet, we are committed to doing our best and making sure men are not left behind or struggling alone. If you have any questions about our program or need assistance, please contact Emma by phone, 617-523-3535, or by email, coordinator@AdMeTechFoundation.org. Thank you for your attention.